Tribal House Network.
For the memory of a lifetime, recall.
Hello, everybody. Hard to Kill is back in the air, and I'm excited because we got a good one tonight. This one is Alex's pick, Total Recall from 1990. This should be a blast. Say hello, Alex.
My name is not Alex. It's Douglas Quaid.
Not bad, not bad.
Josh is here.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm totally ready to get fucking lobotomized. Let's do this thing. Yeah, let's go.
You weren't gonna give us your Arnold impersonation.
I worked on one, and
Do it now.
Yeah,
Go on!
I suck at impressions. I'll leave that to Alex.
All right, well, we got the movie ready to go. So when I say 3, 2, 1, go, everybody hit play. 3, 2, 1, and play.
All right. Been enjoying rewatching this movie, over the last few days. I always love this movie. So much fun.
Oh, it's always been. Well, I guess we always like to talk about why we pick things. So, Arnold's my personal childhood hero. Nothing but positive ever came from him, whether it's enjoying the movies he made or the inspirational quotes. I read both his books.
Yeah, Faster Children, all those good things.
Hey, listen, I would have done the same thing, but with a hotter maid. Jesus Christ.
Good Lord.
But yeah, and plus everyone's flawed. I mean, if he's having sex with somebody, I mean, that's really hardly an issue, because think about it. Do you really believe he was truly faithful during his whole marriage, being in Hollywood and being Arnold Schwarzenegger anyway? Like, I never thought he was to begin with.
All right.
So,
I never assume really any celebrity is faithful in any relationship they're in,
Right, exactly.
It's just the whole thing about that was just such a shock, because his maid is just like,
Well,
ugh.
to be honest, his wife looks like Skeletor too.
But even she's like, comparatively speaking, like in a totally different echelon.
Oh yeah,
female, Not to be, obtuse about it, but goddamn,
She understands me.
she understands me. So like I grew up on Predator, Terminator 2. Oh, Conan the Barbarian. Apparently,
Classic.
my dad said Oh no, sorry. Gee, I'm a loser. Actually, Conan the Destroyer.
Oh no!
Yeah, for some reason, my dad said He said he had to actually hide the tape. He said it's obsessed. I was like, I don't know. I was like 10 or whatever, 8 years old, 10 years old. He goes, every time I come home, this is on. So I was really into him, I guess. I don't know. And then I started working out because of Arnold. So, it was all positive stuff. And this movie is just, God, it's always been amazing to me, man.
Mm-hmm. It's just fun, and the effects are just, they're a little dated, but they're fun in and of themselves to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Really innovative shit, and I even like these title screens here. These are pretty interesting as well.
Right, and I wish that there were more Arnold movies in this exact type of format, like in the sense that just like fun adventure, out of this world, but believable because everyone plays it straight type movie. There's not a lot really of Arnold in that way. This is a highlight.
Did Verhoeven and Arnold work together anymore after this? I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
I'm not good at that stuff. I have no idea. But I do know that this is apparently like Jerry Goldsmith's last like epic score.
Mm-hmm.
Like he had a string of amazingness leading up to this in the 80s. And apparently this is his last. This is like his whatever you call their big
swan song.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It's sad because I kind of feel like Verhoeven's style kind of got left in the past, you know what I mean? Like, cuz he made a couple of really epic movies, and then he did Hollow Man, Starship Troopers, amazing movie. Then he did Hollow Man after that, and I was just like, it's okay. Then after that, he just kind of disappeared. I mean, he did a couple things, but nothing really that good.
RoboCop.
Nothing. Yeah, Basic Instinct.
This
I
is
like Cher.
the only movie he did with Arnold.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I was just looking at that.
And this is the only movie he did with Sharon Stone where she did not uncross her legs.
Yeah. What a wasted opportunity, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really. I like how subtitles just said ah. Ah.
She is pretty smoking though. Look at her.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
man.
prime fucking
Half her boob
shared stuff.
hanging out. Sexy legs.
Not to be gay or anything, but
God
he
damn.
is like an equivalent. I mean, look at his body. So like, it's exactly who you think would get a girl like this.
As
Dude,
Seinfeld would say, there's nothing wrong with that, Alex.
It's so stupid.
Dude, he's taking his pants off already.
Already.
The Puerto Rican chick you keep dreaming about?
Jennifer Lopez.
He wishes. Wouldn't that be great if J-Lo was in this instead of the other Puerto Rican girl?
Oh yeah.
God.
I knew you were gonna bring that up. You're gonna
Well, technically, I brought it up.
I mean
imagine,
J-Lo.
imagine the ass shots on Mars they could have done. Amazing. She could have had three ass
Three
cheeks.
moons.
Yeah, yeah. She could have had three ass cheeks. Come on, baby.
I'm always back in the morning.
You know you're the girl of my dreams.
Arnold's always very rapey in the morning, you know.
Are those Jason masks behind him? Oh no, Easter eggs. I'm sorry.
Give it to me, you big lug.
I love the whole design of this movie too. You know, all the sets and shit. It just
Yeah.
there's no movie that really feels like this one, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Not that I've seen anyway.
They really do. I always found it like funny, obviously, the 80s perception of what the future will be.
Yeah, all the TVs are turned vertically. That's like their vision of the future.
Yeah.
All the TV monitors.
80s future is always hilarious, but this really does come off well. Like even this, the way the whole place is designed, and even the way this TV expands later on into
Mhm.
that nice screen. But it's funny how like what they're watching now is like even worse than full frame, and then all of a sudden they can make it like super widescreen, but they don't do that for this type of thing here.
You think they would at least remove the framework from you know, like the two in the middle, so that you wouldn't have to like stare at those things when you're watching it widescreen.
That's a great idea, though, right here. But would you really like stare at it though? Like, look, like, let's.
I mean,
look at this.
technically, we do kind of have that because they have those. There's actually like channels on cable that have like nature, waterfalls, and all that shit. I mean, I'll never watch them, but they're there, you know.
J-Lo dancing around naked.
Oh yeah, man.
Till his wife got tired of it.
That's what I'd be.
Who is her one that you would let her get away with?
She's obsessed with Charlie Hunnam, Jax from Sons of Anarchy.
Oh yeah.
The girls like that dirty look, don't they?
Oh yeah.
Just that's why everybody likes the what's his name, Aquaman.
Oh, Momoa.
Momoa, yeah. He's a chick favorite.
Ronnie Cock.
What do you guys think of like every little, except for that hi-fi system in the background? Try to ignore that. But what do you guys think about all the futuristic stuff they drop in here? Like all the little, like the tool he used to blend his food and all that, and the coffee pot's weird looking. Like all this stuff is a little off, but it does seem almost legit. Like it just feels like authentic in a weird way.
Yeah, it's just it's its own little quirky world, which I like. I mean, obviously they had, you know, this is all coming from like the same sort of designer that they had hired for this movie.
Mhm.
And I don't know, I like it. It gives it its own special little flavor.
I'm late, Laurie. So this was one of the last Hollywood blockbusters to use large-scale miniature effects as opposed to CGI. Also one of the first Hollywood blockbusters to use CGI, mainly for scenes with the X-ray scanner, and have it look photoreal.
Mm. That was a big scene when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
I keep forgetting this isn't an 80s movie.
It feels like it.
Oh, was it 90?
Yeah.
Wow. That means he did this, and he basically followed up with Terminator 2. Like, what a career he had going. Incredible. Like, even all this, like, they designed, like, they built this whole thing just for this movie. Like, nothing really. Well, maybe it's things do look like that, but just not anywhere near Jersey. You know? I mean, it sort of looks familiar, obviously, but there's a weird touch to it that seems different with this.
They didn't go crazy with the like the wardrobe or anything.
No.
You know, 'cause Quaid's outfit's very 90s looking.
So he went from this to Kindergarten Cop, and then to Terminator 2.
Well, hey, listen.
And he did a short film called Nissan Cup Noodle. Arnold Schwarzenegger's
That was great.
Noodle
Don't
Man.
laugh at that. Was great. Don't laugh at that. You just haven't seen it. That's all.
I haven't.
Are you
I'll
over the
check
hill?
I'll check on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then he did the Guns N' Roses video, of course, for the movie. And then he was Christmas.
Oh,
in
yeah.
Connecticut. He was uncredited in a TV movie, Christmas in Connecticut.
Oh, okay.
I think he was really interested in getting into comedy or something at the time.
Yeah.
You know,
Twins.
that's how. Yeah, I think he told Ivan Reitman that he could be a Ghostbuster or something, because that's how he ended up doing Twins.
Have you ever heard of
That's a
Beretta's
great
Island?
movie, by the way. What is it?
Beretta's Island.
No.
It was in between Action Hero and True Lies.
Oh wow, I didn't see that.
I don't know what that one is.
I have every
Full
Arnold
agent
movie on.
fights drug dealers in Europe and America.
Wow, I have all his movies on Blu-ray and stuff. And I never came across that one. But look at this. No matter how futuristic, you always can go back to a guy working with his hands, man.
Yeah, a ditch digger.
Yeah.
It stars Franco Colombo, Ken Kercheval, and Elizabeth Catan. That's the one girl from Friday the 13th, Part 7.
Yeah, I thought it was. Franco Colombo is Arnold's best friend, and he's a bodybuilder also. He was the under 200 class.
I'll see if I can find this movie.
Yeah. He came close to Arnold a few times in the 70s, but never beat him.
I didn't know that. See? This show you learn something.
Yeah.
I like how they threw in McLean there.
Yeah. Look, this still never happened.
Girls would love that shit.
They still go to the salons.
Well, that's why it never happened, because they can go to salons and spend too much money.
Can you imagine if they didn't have it? Yeah, look, a vertical screen. It's weird though, because you never see that though. Like even what they just did, they still don't do that. They just pick up the phone and tell the guy to come out or something, you know?
Right.
They don't even like instant message him or AIM.
I mean, in a way, they did kind of predict the vertical screen thing with the whole recording of the cell phones.
Ah, yeah.
Sort
Good one, Josh. Anybody drinking tonight?
of.
Dynamite dropping.
Very
Marky.
observant.
I am. I'm on my fourth beer.
Oh boy, this should be good by the end of the show.
It's gonna be a wild night again, boys. Hey, man. Alley party on the day's end and why?
Exactly.
Now let's talk about this for a second. I'm obsessed with this whole I swear to God, I get envious every time I even watch this entire exchange. Like, how amazing would this really be in real life? Even if it was a virtual reality thing where they just kind of put you in something and they run a certain chemical through your body where you don't need food, you don't need nothing, and you just kind of put this helmet on and you exist in this world that they create for 3 days or whatever it is for, $899 or whatever. And you get to
And
be a
he's just,
secret agent. You get to have girls all over you, and it all feels real. It seems real. Like, that's amazing.
yeah, I was gonna say Alex will get the J-Lo package. You know,
All her
lap,
videos.
nonstop lap dances for like 3 days straight. Robot.
Robot. Yep. Please repeat, sir. Uh-oh, he's on such a delay we can't even hear him.
101 Nights with J-Lo.
There you go.
There
We
you
heard
go.
you. Hey, it's better than Dalmatians.
You'll be Alex from the block when I'm done with you.
He says no options.
No Venusville for me. I get mad.
Don't try to get me to spend extra money. I just want to walk around Mars like a tourist. Yeah, 'cause that's fun.
You guys think we'll ever get there to not only get to Mars, but have like a thing where you can move out there, live there, vacation there? Do you think that's possible in the future?
Well, who could afford it?
Well, there's plenty of wealthy people that probably could do it.
Yeah, but would they risk their perfect lives to fly in a spaceship?
I think there's probably a select percentage of the 1% that probably would, because they're just fucking bored with everything.
Wow.
It's bragging rights or something. I mean, this is a long journey anyway, so you probably have to give up a big chunk of your life to get there and back. But
Yeah, that too. It's like 7 years later, you're there.
Listen to this trivia. Arnold was originally going to play RoboCop, but he had problems with the costume, so the producers dropped the idea. After he saw RoboCop, he said he loved the movie and wanted to work with Verhoeven. Him and Verhoeven heard about Total Recall, and then they decided to work on this. Swayze was signed to play Quaid when the movie began production in
He was too busy with
Australia,
Roadhouse.
when it had Bruce Beresford as the director. So early in pre-production, Dino De Laurentiis' company went bankrupt. So Arnold heard about this. He persuaded Calico to buy the script for him.
Wow.
It's funny shit, huh?
He could persuade you to do anything at this time. He was box office. You could bank on this guy, man. Like, even Kindergarten Cop. Yeah, sure. It's whatever, but
well, you have to think back at the time. I mean, maybe that movie doesn't hold up so great, but it was a really novel thing when it came out. It's like, oh, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger with all these children, and it's a comedy, and it's something we hadn't seen before. And you're right, he was like one step away from being the mega star that he was. I think when T2 hit,
Yep.
he was almost there. I think he peaked with T2, but
yeah, unlike Michael Jackson, it was a novelty to see this guy with kids. And I just got to the part, sexual orientation, hedgerow. Yeah, you wouldn't hear that if it was homo.
So Sharon Stone posed nude for Playboy to coincide with the movie's release, showing off her buff body that she developed for the movie. She pumped iron and learned Taekwondo.
That shows, man.
Verhoeven said he wanted her to show more skin for the love scene, but she refused to do it. So he settled for what they got, but he did mention that he got her back while shooting Basic Instinct.
Yeah. And what love scene? I don't remember anything.
That 5 seconds in the beginning.
That?
That was considered their love scene.
Okay, yeah, that was a lot of skin.
yeah, I think we got like a little bit of side boob or something in that shot. That's pretty much it.
I just know some cleavage, but yeah, I guess.
I think I don't.
That could be J-Lo.
Yeah, that would be my J-Lo spinning back and forth.
Do you think that Sharon Stone knew? I thought I heard a story that she didn't know that her fucking clam showed in that shot in Basic Instinct.
Oh,
I don't know why she
bullshit.
wouldn't wear panties. Like, why would you do a scene with no panties?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Is she watching Arnold work? Can you imagine if that was Arnold working out? Wouldn't that be wild?
Right? From pumping iron.
If there's any trivia on this, like that's actually Arnold Schwarzenegger. Schizoid embolism. Yeah, that's a good thing to say out loud when you have a client. He just told you that someone's in the room. Meanwhile, this one's busy doing her
Yeah, I thought
nails.
that too last night. I was watching this. I was like, this guy's such an awesome salesman, and then he totally blows that sale with this potential client.
Don't let her leave. And my opener, sort of. This has one of the greatest deliveries and lines ever in movie history right here. When these two or three people are talking after all this, he goes like, "What the hell happened?" Blah blah, and she said, "He's really been there," and then he goes, "Oh, use your head, you dumb bitch." It's the fucking funniest delivery and line ever. I think it's right here.
Different times, man. Different times.
I wanted to say that to my wife. I just can't be that mean, but I would love to just deliver it just like that.
He's already been there.
Yeah, that was a weird bean there.
Oh, nice slap.
Yeah, are there any weird lines in this movie, like you pointed out in Friday 7, the treatment?
Treatment. Yeah, just being there pretty much is one of them that always rings a bell. But yeah, we'll see.
Seems like this movie would have a couple of those.
We'll probably find some.
Johnny Cab.
Sushit and O'Bannon first started working on the screenplay in 1970s. They realized the movie would probably be too expensive and difficult to make by standards of special effects at the time. They delayed working and instead worked on an idea O'Bannon had about a space monster terrorizing a spaceship crew.
I wonder what that would be.
This became Alien. Pretty awesome, right? They've been working on this movie a long time.
Oh yeah, a lot of these scripts float around for like 14 years. Finally, you get the right director, right actor.
Because I can't picture anybody else being in this movie other than Arnold now.
Oh no, I don't think so.
Nope. This never happened. Like here we are, and this is like 1990, and they're already thinking of Johnny Cabs, and they do have like self-driving cars, but I wonder the extent of those. But instead of having Johnny Cabs, here we are. It'll be 2020, and all we have is Uber drivers, which means they're just like glorified taxi cab drivers that work cheaper or something. I don't even know. I never really looked into all of it, but that's what we got instead of Johnny Cabs.
I just always thought that Johnny Cab was funny because it was like this robot animatronic thing, and it has like a joystick to drive the fucking shitty ass cab.
Yeah, why? Why was
Like,
there
would
a
it just be
joystick?
robotic? Like, would it be programmed in, or why would you have a robot that used a joystick? That's
Right.
kind of weird.
Is this Danny DeVito?
Generic Danny DeVito.
This is like one of those character actors I've seen in a ton of other shit, but I can't think of what.
Trying to find who he is.
Karate chop.
I don't see a Harry.
A little neck cracks going on here.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Is that Artie Lang? No.
Robert Costanzo.
Oh wait, this is the best. Oh. It's always good to kill people when no one's around in a public place.
It's like
Yeah,
a
right.
hospital and Halloween. There's nobody there. All right, let's see. He was in Die Hard 2. He played Sergeant Vito Lorenzo.
Oh, okay.
He was in City Slickers. What else was he in?
Oh, look at the hair on this. Whatever.
Is that a dude? I can't even tell.
It's a chick, I think. Oh, look at her body though, man. Wow.
Chicka bow wow.
Oh yeah.
Good thing I
Like,
took my pants off.
you even dimmed the lights for your moment. They better
She
keep
was
that tennis racket.
she was definitely like a sex symbol, man. Like of my youth, anyway. Her and like Cindy Crawford, and
Yeah.
there were a couple of big ones, but yeah, she's
Pamela Anderson at this time.
Pam Anderson,
That's-
Jenny McCarthy.
Oh yeah, Carmen Electra.
Yeah,
Carmen
Bush.
Electra.
I met her about a year ago.
at a con or something, or
Chiller.
I don't know what she looks like today, but she used to be hot.
She's all right for a 45-year-old broad.
He has
Fucking
such a way with
broads.
words.
Yeah, he's such a romantic guy.
Broads, fucking broads.
Eh. This is so weird. Like she immediately calls her boyfriend right now. This is really creepy.
I love this fucking guy, man.
He spun around in his chair.
Yeah.
Hello.
What was she gonna say if Quaid didn't go to the bathroom and he just stood there? Oh hi, doctor. My husband here is having everything you said he would have. Okay.
She's a great shot, isn't she?
Oh yeah, she's like a stormtrooper. I like always telling her to get out. It's like the same shit he does later on. Vinny, come on! He is just terrible at who he's going to protect in movies.
You big fan of Commando?
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Shit.
Even though it's got Little Miss SJW in it. What's her name?
Alyssa Milano.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she's cool.
Yeah, she was against Trump and all this, but now she's backing the what's his face that's groping everybody.
Oh,
Oh, Biden.
Yeah,
I don't follow
She-
politics.
she's backing him. I don't either, but it's hard to see that because it's all over Facebook. But
Well, no, I watched that video of him groping little girls, but I don't know like that Milano's into him or anything. Like I don't.
yeah, everybody's calling her a hypocrite because she's
Yeah?
supporting him. But
Dude, that's why celebrities should not get into politics.
It's annoying as fuck, man. Just entertain me and then keep your fucking politics to yourself, you know?
Yeah, to alienate half of your fucking fans.
It just ruins an avenue of my life that I would rather just enjoy and be mindless, you know?
All right.
Yep. I don't pick a side because I don't want to lose the two fans that we have. So
Yeah, two people will stop listening if you're a Democrat
Yeah.
or Republican.
I don't want Josh to go elsewhere for his comedy entertainment.
Yeah, right.
I think if we find the right venue and start plopping these in the right places, I think we'll be all right. We're still growing, guys. I think.
Dude, so it's only a 4th episode. You got to give it time to.
Yeah.
I was just
People
shocked by the low number of the video views. I mean, like he said, we got like 50 plus on YouTube and all that. So
That's good.
I mean, Aaron and Zach are promoting it still in every episode they put out, so it'll get there.
Mhm.
The shows are good. I mean, fuck, I like to go back and listen to them, and I'd saying something, you know.
Yeah. One
They're
day
entertaining.
when I'm 40, I'm gonna go back and listen to all these. Like in 7 months.
Yeah, right.
she's trying to seduce him.
He's like, this is too good to be true. He must be hiding something.
Clever girl.
Now pull down your tube top. Wham! Left hand. So you know went easy on her.
Arnold referred to her as the female Terminator
Oh yeah, did he really?
because of how much dedicated she was for training for this character.
Oh,
She
she
got
got
it.
Dude, I
She got
totally do
inducted.
believe that Sharon Stone's like one of those actresses that probably worked really, really hard. It just kind of sucks that she's just so unlikable. Like I just remember her just being annoying. I guess she never really was super political, but she has always never seemed very likable as a person. Whenever you see her in interviews, whatever. Do you guys ever feel that way about her? Or?
Well, I know that a thing that went on with the Howard Stern show when Stuttering John asked her stupid questions. Like she was doing a Q&A or something with the news reporters, and out loud or in front of everybody, he's like, hey, Sharon, any crotch shots in the new video, in the new movie? And she was like, why do you insist on being inappropriate? And then she had her bodyguards kick the shit out of Stuttering John. And that was like a big thing that went on. And that's how she became known. Well, I don't know if that's when it started, but that was one of the beginnings of her being known as, like, a very unlikable figure.
Yeah.
And plus, she made out with this guy.
I know. Yeah.
Tongue and all.
Ugh.
So,
He's so. Oh, wait, you should mention this guy's from Scanners, right?
yes,
Yeah.
he is. And from
Scan-
Visiting Hours.
And Starship Troopers, and he's a great character actor. I always really like him in movies.
Yeah, he's good.
He plays a great villain.
She got inducted into the Stunt Woman Hall of Fame as an honorary member after this movie.
I'll tell you what, I'll take a fucking Sharon Stone over Brie Larson any day, though.
You got a god. You don't like Brie Larson?
No, man, she's annoying as fuck.
You haven't seen Captain Marvel?
I'll get around to it. I was going to go out to the theater and check it out, but I just really had no.
I didn't hate it.
Yeah, I didn't hear it was totally horrible. I just doesn't really seem like a necessary movie to see Endgame.
Yeah.
I don't really like that character or anything like that, so.
It was better than Black Panther.
I've never heard of the character, if that says anything.
It's one of those characters that Marvel's been trying to get in and out. It's put out to the mainstream for a while. It just hasn't worked. There's been a lot of incarnations of her since like the 80s. She goes always back to the Secret Wars and like the mid 80s. So it's been different incarnations of the character and stuff. And
Oh wait, guys, this is one of the greatest moments in the history of movies. Look what Arnold does to this guy.
Oh, Human Shield, yeah.
And the best part's right here. Ready, watch. No, after this. Right here.
Catch.
I'm guessing at that close range, it'd probably go through body.
That's what I'm thinking too, right?
I love the old school squibs.
He
Though.
just steps right on him.
And here, the old school what?
The blood squibs, you know?
Oh yeah, yeah. I love how after he does this, like no one even bothers him on the train.
Yeah, somebody just jumps through the fucking goddamn window, and you're just like, eh.
Yeah, and
just
everyone gets shot at, and then he just gets to stand there.
He's pissed.
He's like, yeah, I had nothing to do with that. How come they don't have their phones out recording them?
Arnold noticed that Michael Ironside was on his phone constantly between all the takes. So he asked him what was going on, and he was calling his sister, who was currently suffering from cancer at the time. So Arnold brought Michael to his trailer, and they had an hour-long three-way conversation with Ironside's sister about what exercises she should do and what kinds of food she should be eating. Ironside says he's never forgotten Schwarzenegger's kindness.
That is actually
neither has his sister.
That is really cool.
She made it,
you know.
You need to do sit-ups and eat more spinach.
You need my cum. I mean, it's superhuman.
I will have my maid send me some cum to you.
How well do you clean bathrooms?
I am looking for a baby mama.
Can you work at Cuisinart?
So how about Ronnie Cox as being like major bad guy in two pretty major movies back in the day there with RoboCop and this one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you should have. Batman.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Yeah, that's great.
Very 90s outfit on Arnold here.
Look at that, an advertisement for Fuji Film. Like anyone uses film anymore.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's the one thing they didn't go the Back to the Future route and dress them all up like fucking all weird like Biff and his friends.
Right, right.
They just
Dude, there was a Cosby sweater earlier in the movie,
right.
but this movie does have a lot of product placement in it, which really doesn't bother me or anything. But I could have swore I saw, or later in the movie, there's like a Jack in the Box, like fucking neon sign, and I don't know. I kind of like it because as violent as this movie is, it's super playful, which it's fun.
Well, they had to tone down their violence to get an R rating. So, as bad as it is, it was worse. And there is like some X-rated video floating around somewhere where everything's in it supposedly.
That would be amazing to see.
Oh, I wish somebody got the original negatives for that. Oh man, nice Blu-ray.
Oh yeah. Is there like a big Arnold collection out there that you can get that has like all his big hits and shit, or is that like no because all the studios won't agree on
Right.
A box set or something?
Must be because I had to buy them all individually.
Yeah, that'd be sweet if they did that, but you never get the studios to agree.
This would be a great Halloween costume. The green jacket, tie on the head with the little gun with the probe.
My turban is dirty. Can you get me a probe? Wait, who are you? And what does your daddy do?
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
This fucking bitch, man.
Oh yeah, what the fuck?
Fuck you asshole.
Fucking kleptomaniac grandma in her fucking rose, her fucking flower print trench
Would've been
coat.
better if he knocked her out.
Like her clothes too are not modern. I like how they made everything from the future like all sort of like trashy and beat up in a way too.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
I agree.
super clean, yeah. Go, go, get to the chopper. I would fucking kill this guy.
You think there's like a huge like fucking Total Recall fan that's got one of those in his house somewhere? A Johnny Cab guy
That'd be cool.
in his like man cave somewhere?
Yeah. Why not?
Because these fucking hardcore fans like make all kinds of crazy shit now. They fucking
You got. What's that?
no, I was just gonna say like they fucking build like Millennium Falcons in their goddamn backyard. It's
Oh
like,
yeah.
with the internet, you can order it like anything, like material wise, to build stuff.
Did you guys recognize the voice of the cab guy?
I want to say, is he that dude from Star Trek?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, yeah.
The doctor
And
on Voyager.
the gym coach from fucking Wonder Years.
He was in Inner Space as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love Inner Space. That's a great little movie.
Robert Picardo.
Yeah, he's got a pretty recognizable voice.
Yeah, big time character actor. Been on every TV show probably ever released. It seems like.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was a Voyager fan for a lot of years.
Yeah, I watched them all. Pretty much all of the series.
I always thought Voyager was a really strong show, man. Like, it's probably the best spinoff from Next Generation
Yeah.
out of all of them.
Yeah, those horseshoe crabs are awesome. And everyone's
Like the Monopoly money here.
forehead. Now, when Arnold just pushed those rats off the table, he could never do that today. The PETA would be all over him. I heard they were upset that in Home Alone they blew on a tarantula to make him walk with a straw. They would blow air at him, and they were upset by that.
It's ridiculous, man. There's always somebody out there wanting to ruin a good time, you know?
Yeah.
This is a cool scene. I always really like this.
He's like, awesome.
There's two of me. Look how sexy I look with that thing on my head.
You look even better than I do.
Check out that laptop.
Yeah, they predicted that.
That's an Apple II.
Hey, stranger, how do you like this vertical screen?
It's the future.
No shit.
You are you, not you. You are me.
So I noticed like the future in their eyes is a lot of video screens everywhere.
Turn
Like,
vertically, of course.
right. Like even on the train that was shot out and stuff,
Yeah.
like there are screens at every fucking chair in that train. That so no one ever has to be bored for a second. But the only problem is you're subjected to whatever they show you, and what the future actually turned out to be were your phones, and you watch the same shit, but it's what you want to watch.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost they were almost there, but this was more controlling than what actually ended up being.
Do you think that back in the 80s and 90s, early 90s, they just went with that because it's like a lot cheaper to get like, you know, TVs and monitors and shit like that rather than to try to come up with a concept that was, you know, like a little bit more like what we have now? I mean, Star Trek came up with, you know, which started in the late 80s, had more forward-thinking concepts than this movie does in terms of like, you know,
Like
technology.
FaceTiming. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really think, and that's what I was gonna say too. When you mentioned like all the product placement, I feel that that's what they really thought the future, because it kind of it's very reminiscent of the Running Man.
Mm-hmm.
That seemed like there was a lot of product placement too, and I think that
Well, I also
it's
think,
about commercialism. I think they thought the
yeah,
future what would be actually.
yeah, you're right, because commercialism was huge in the 80s, so they probably
Right.
figured that'd be just, you know, it really is part of our society today. I mean, if you think about it, there's fucking corporations everywhere, you know?
Yeah, and when you watch videos, there's like a little bar in the bottom with a advertisement. You have to press the X. Like it is kind of like everywhere, but it just seemed different here. It was more like prehistoric here. It wasn't video. You know, it's all like just signs.
You can't even get through a fucking YouTube video anymore without commercials like, you shop online, you should try WikiBuy. I fucking hate that shit, man. Like, oh my God, it's so annoying. It's like, you know, we finally got rid of commercials and TV with cable.
Right.
And then internet fucking eradicated all the other annoying shit from cable, and then now there's commercials on cable. I mean,
Right.
on
Internet.
I mean, on the internet. Yeah, it's just sucks.
Yeah, I'm still surprised DVR got to where it got to. Like, I cannot believe that it's okay to forward through commercials. Like, how are the sponsors okay with that? You know?
It depends on really on the what you're paying for. Like, there's some like I know in some like Amazon Fire Stick channels, like you can forward, and others you can't. You have to actually sit through it.
Well, even DVR, like on your cable box, the only thing you have to watch commercials is if you watch a show on demand. Like if it already aired, and you can go to their own on demand file and then just watch the shows at your leisure. You have to watch the commercials. But if you just DVR it and use your own memory space on there, you can't for the commercials. So that blows my mind.
Yeah.
Rat blood is that thick, guys.
It's like fucking strawberry jelly.
Is that rat piss?
No, it's
somebody in this room.
Somebody in this fucking room.
Paul!
Oh, Alex, did you go to that showing of Friday 2, Friday 4?
No, dude, that's far.
Yeah, Huntington. Is it Huntington, New York?
Yeah.
I went to a concert down there a couple of years ago, and it's a really long hike.
Oh yeah.
Lame.
Yeah.
Call
And I've
yourself
already-
a fan.
Well, I've seen Friday 1, 2, and 4 in movie theaters already.
Yeah. I was kind
Recently.
of hoping you'd like message me and be like, fuck it, let's go. But I didn't want to like pressure you into checking it out. But
Oh, I was gonna, but
because I've never seen either of those in a theater.
Should have pressured him.
I know. Now I feel like I should have went.
Come on, let's go.
I've seen 1, 4, and everything after 4 in the
Oh,
theater.
wow.
The only ones was 2 and 3 that I didn't see.
Hmm.
I
Why
was
is he
11 years old when I saw part 1.
Oh, this is a great scene. Love this.
Why is he looking at her so suspiciously? Like, we know what happens eventually, but what the fuck is he seeing right now when he
I
looks
think
at her?
the director's just trying to tip us off. There's something odd about her, you know,
Something
like
amiss. Yeah.
yeah. Like, because if you're watching this for the first time, you probably wouldn't suspect, you know.
Maybe he was in love with her. He wanted to boink her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe getting mildly aroused.
She should have said, "Why don't you keep my picture to last longer?"
Yeah, right.
Creep. Look at that haircut.
It looks like Rico from fucking Starship Troopers.
Yeah, he does. What's his name? Casper Van Dien. This is great. Meanwhile, like, how the fuck does that tip this guy off, though? I love that part. She's a fucking schizophrenic or whatever. Like, why would that mean it's Quaid?
Maybe he suspects that Quaid might be in costume, you know,
Right.
incognito.
Oh, wow, this is a great fucking costume, by the way. Holy shit.
Yeah, let's put her in a giant yellow trench coat, you know.
Yeah.
How obvious can it be? Is she fucking Dick Tracy or what? What the hell?
Now, dude, this is always the worst scene ever to me. When this head opens up and you see Arnold underneath it, that is not fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger at all.
I go right back to the original Terminator with that
Oh, yeah.
prosthetic head of Arnold, you know?
Oh,
Well, they're saying when they pulled the thing out of his nose, neither one of you mentioned that, how kind of fake looking it looked.
Yeah, it did look pretty fake.
look at who is that? Yeah, that looks the same as just now. And where did his body go to? Like, that woman filled out that whole outfit. Now suddenly it's just him running around in a big oversized thing. And when that thing came out of the side of her head and extended here and it went back in, where was Arnold's head while that was coming out of? It's impossible.
The prosthetic head that wraps around Arnold's head in that scene would have been gigantic. She would have been like the size of fucking Andre the Giant to pull that off. You know what I mean?
It'd be funny if all their pants flew off.
Yeah. They got like thongs on and shit.
Why do these windows break so easily if this is what happens when they do?
Well, dumbasses aren't supposed to shoot at the windows.
Yeah,
He's
you
like-
would have like a force field or something around the
Right.
outside of the building, even the glass or whatever.
Or at least gates. A gate, like almost those types of gates in front of the window. Or at least bars or something, you know?
There is a certain lazy element to this movie that's endearing. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't really think everything all the way through, or they couldn't afford to. I mean, this must have been a huge high budget movie, but I'm just saying, like, there's some flawed logic in it that I kind of enjoy. You know, I enjoy
yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Because it accentuates what they're trying to put out to us.
A fantasy, yeah.
Wait, is that Kenneth Greenwood
A fun
from Kill the Cast?
It had a $65 million budget.
Wow.
In
That's a
opening
lot.
weekend, it only made $25 million, but it did gross $119 million and 141 worldwide. Wow, so they
That's
didn't
a-
make that much money with the worldwide gross.
65 mil is huge for 90, I think.
Yeah.
These are great shots too. These little vistas they throw in there, though, you know, are just all models, man. With the painting in the background, sweet.
Russell
Now-
Mulcahy was in talks to direct it, but then Stallone called him to do Rambo 3.
Yeah, good idea. That was huge.
I kind of like
Huge.
Rambo 3. Okay, I like 2 better, but 3's all right.
Yeah, I just watched 3 recently. It was all right.
I haven't watched a Rambo since I first watched them.
Yeah.
I did a walk through fucking all of Stallone's big movies. I did a Rocky, what do you call it?
Retro.
Retro, yeah, and then I went through Rambo after that, and because I really hadn't like watched them all, like I hadn't watched them recently and with a more like mature eye or whatever, and it's cool like to see which ones stand up, and which ones don't. Like the Rambo ones were a little bit more harder to swallow. 1 and 2 are fantastic. 3, the desert shit, not so much. 4, I really don't like that much at all. Which was Rambo? Which is the one with the CGI? The most recent one, Rambo.
Oh, it was just called
Just called.
John Rambo or just Rambo or something like that.
Yeah, I didn't really care for that one that much.
That one is very dark and it's not very enjoyable as a viewer. Like it's not enjoyable. It's a movie and it's I suppose well done, but it's not enjoyable.
Is
Well,
that
with
the
all
one
the-
where he cuts down all the Cambodians with the machine gun?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
they're like
It's
just blowing apart.
because what they're missing is there's always still like maybe except for the very first one, First Blood. All those movies still had that sort of 80s camp element in it a little bit, and then when Rambo came out, it just like didn't have that. It was just kind of violent, and that was kind of it,
Just violent, right. And it's weird, even a guy who likes that, like me, I guess I need that element with it because I didn't really enjoy it.
Have you watched the other Stallone classic, I See You?
No.
I've never even heard that. Is it good?
It's one of his later stage movies, but yeah, he plays a retired FBI agent who had a tragedy where a killer did something to him, and he gets sent to a place where there's like a psychiatric retreat or whatever, where they try to get him better, and then the killer starts killing all the FBI agents there. It's really good. I See You. So check that one out if you can. It's been on Netflix and shit.
Yeah, I'll jot it down, man.
And what did you think of Escape Plan 2?
Yeah. Well, oddly enough, Stallone's first movie, that porno he made, was called ICUP. It was a pissing video. It's really bizarre.
I've actually seen parts of his porno. It's funny because he's staring in a mirror, asking himself when he's gonna finally make it, and lo and behold, he fucking made it. Like
Sure
a couple years
did.
after that, but I actually didn't like Escape Plan, the first one, enough to see the second one. So
Dude, the first one's not good.
yeah,
And it's
Second
weird.
one's
'cause-
worse.
Yeah, because it's weird because that's the movie you were supposedly dreaming of, these two to get together, but of course their egos were too big at the time, so that was never going to happen. Just like Van Damme and Seagal, and now, like they finally get together after 35 years or whatever it is, and that's what you give us. Like
Yeah.
seriously, that's all you thought of in all this time?
yeah, it was a disappointment, man. It's just forgettable movie. So I never bothered with 2. I don't know. Is it worth even sitting through, forcing yourself to get through? Just because it exists, or no?
Neil gave it to me, and once I heard his review of it, I just didn't even watch it.
Yeah, it's not very good.
We got to do Cobra on this
I
channel.
See You. You guys should check out. I think you'd like it.
Which one?
I See You.
I see you.
Yeah, I'll write it down. I'll check it out.
I've
Sorry, I
seen
couldn't
it
hear
like
you over the gunfire.
Seen it like 2 or 3 times, and I enjoyed it every time I watched it.
All right. More freedom, more air. It's a
I like
shame.
this
I
part.
love Vinny. It's a shame.
Yeah,
He's a dick.
I like this guy's character.
I knew a guy who talked and looked just like this guy. His name was Rashawn Thorpe.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Flavor Flav.
Yeah.
Will
And
Smith.
he was the first person who ever stole from me. I let him in my house. I was friends with him, and then he stole my Game Boy.
Unbelievable.
And I had this fancy like casing for it. So he was actually smart enough to steal it and then leave the case on my dresser so that by the time I go to play it, nothing's in there.
Was this like when you were in high school or like last year?
Uh, yeah, Game Boy. Yeah. I was 10 to 12 years old.
Yeah. There was like a lot of Game Boy stealing going on when I was in like 8th grade, man. It was a real problem with the school and stuff. Like I think they ended up like banning Game Boys from our grade school because of that shit.
I have the replacement my parents bought me. I still have it to this day. And last year I went to play it and it finally stopped working. So I don't know what to do to.
There's actually tutorials out there on YouTube to how to fix them. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I would definitely try to spend a little time working on it if you think it's worth it. I really regret fucking selling my original Game Boy. Yeah. And I actually ended up going out and buying a Game Boy Color a few years back because I kind of still enjoy like picking up a Game Boy and playing it occasionally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably 5 times a year, but still. Oh man, I wish I could go to the Last Resort.
Yeah, this is the very first place I would go to, probably.
Oh yeah, wrestling Eric Steer versus Roar.
This reminds me of my Navy days right here.
Yeah.
I never ran into any chicks with 3 tits in Thailand or anything, but they do other stuff.
Would you guys be into this? I would take her upstairs. It's different.
Well, I mean, it's just like it's like another notch on your headboard or checking it off your bucket list or something, like it's a great story to tell, when you're on a podcast someday.
Yeah. I could have talked about it. Ooh, Melina.
I think she's no J-Lo, but she's cute, I mean.
Yeah, no J-Lo at all, but yeah, definitely good for like a Mars chick. Especially if you look around the room, she's not that bad.
I like this guy with the vagina in his forehead. He's hot.
Yeah, I want to face fuck this guy.
Yeah, Alex, Josh would take him home.
Couple shots.
He won't give you any backlash, Josh.
I love when she says, "What have you been feeding this thing?" And he says, "Blondes." I'd be like, Puerto Rican.
Not lying.
Yeah. Hey, man.
You know who that is, don't you?
Is that the Breaking Bad dude?
It sure is.
Yeah. I thought I heard that somewhere along the way.
What's the thing in the back of his head, I wonder?
It's the cum sack.
Oh, this chick just recently died. She's awesome. She was Valerie Vomit in the Garbage Pail Kids movie.
I still have not been able to get through that movie all the way.
Me either.
Dude, it's amazing, man.
I'm just I loved Garbage Pail Kids when I was a kid. Loved them. And I love like what Mark Pinkertor does now with the brand, but I cannot get through that goddamn movie to save my life. It's so bad. I don't know if like I have to fucking get high as fuck to just laugh at it or what.
Oh yeah, that helps definitely. You should listen to Skeleton Crew's review of it with Matt Wazell and Dave Z, and then maybe watch it, and that stuff will be floating around in your head.
Well, maybe if you guys had done a commentary for it, I probably can watch it.
Yeah, I was thinking that might.
I always get like halfway, and I'm just sitting there with my my chin on my hand. I'm just like, I just can't. I gotta turn it off. It's a buzzkill, man.
I'm not Hauser. I'm Quaid. I'm telling you, Cohagen. He turned me into somebody else. It's cool because you don't get lost in this. It's not too convoluted. This is a pretty easy to follow plot line. Although, oh god, we didn't even talk about this. God, uh, the mystery of this movie is did when did this go from like reality to not real and isn't real at all? Did he
Right.
really have a schizoid embolism, or as soon as he falls asleep looking at her when he was picking his hot chick, is when he dozed off and he like faded out? Is that when this whole thing truly started? Because the next thing is that dude in the office selling a package to that chick that it was interrupted.
Right.
So Arnold apparently started dreaming that point on. That's what because there
Well, that's
is
what-
no actual answer, I guess, officially.
Yeah, because I mean that's obviously what the filmmaker wants you to think. That's when the fantasies. Well, not really though. I mean, he wants you maybe to think that he's trying to convince you that he's actually having a break from reality in that moment. But then you're asking yourself through the whole movie, is this real or is this like part of the whole fantasy he's being sold? So which are we watching? Are we watching this in real time, or is this really the fantasy that's happening in Quaid's head? And that's a lot of fun. I think that makes this movie, a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a definitive answer?
No.
No.
I've heard stuff, but I don't think an official answer. No.
So
No.
leave it open. I like this room a lot for some
Mark
reason.
the Bagger. No.
Who's Mark the Bagger?
Is he dead now? Because I don't hear about him anymore.
Is that like a wrestler or something?
No.
Oh, it's
It's like a handicapped guy who bags groceries.
who had
And,
like a 12-inch cock.
bizarre looking guy.
I love
He's a
this
whack
sequence.
Yes.
Yeah. No.
Yes.
This guy's great, man, with the sweat running down his head.
Yeah, this is a really, really good scene.
Well, here's like a futuristic thing that really never happened. See how that TV in the background's in the wall? Like, they basically, I don't know what the implications were, but TVs were like no longer going to be sitting on stuff. They would just be in your wall,
Right.
which I suppose happened to some rich guy.
It's like they couldn't really, but the thing is, they thought of the concept of the flat screen in the one of the first scenes of the movie, but they just didn't carry it through the rest of the movie,
No.
which is weird,
Mm-hmm.
Everything else is just like a actual tube TV put into a set wall,
Right.
which is a weird choice almost. But maybe it's really back then very expensive to make those effects work or something. So maybe to cut costs, they just went with TVs.
Yeah, that would have made it 87 million, and they couldn't go there.
Exactly.
I always think like this whole red area in the background looks shitty on DVDs and VHS, and I was always hoping for a crisper view of all that on Blu-ray. And I do have like the Mars edition of this movie or whatever it's called, and it's like the best supposed Blu-ray transfer, and it does it looks better. It looks better, sharper and crisper, and it sells you better.
I haven't really. I need to upgrade my TV to a 4K.
You open it.
This was a pretty cool point in the movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I love this sequence
And make
because
them
it's tickling that that part of your brain that's trying to figure out, is this real? Is it not? And it's toying with you a little bit, and good performances here and stuff too. Also interesting to note that this movie is very gray, but there's a lot of color in it too. So it's like that contrast, which I like.
Mhm.
Oh God, it's all Howard now. Look, her eyes are all bloodshot.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. I love. He's the best bullshit guy ever. Bullshit.
I'm surprised nobody got a fucking soundboard ready for this shit.
All of the crew fell ill due to food poisoning during production, except Arnold and Ronald Shushet. Shushet.
Shoe shit. Is that when you step in dog shit or something?
Schwarzenegger escaped because he had his food catered from the U.S. But
Yeah,
this
they
is
shot it in
because
Mexico. Just so you know.
3 years earlier, he had fallen ill due to drinking tap water in Mexico during production of Predator. Shushet, he took extreme health precautions such as only brushing his teeth with boiled or bottled water and insisted on getting a weekly vitamin B shot. He was mocked by the crew until they all got sick themselves.
Smart guy.
Right?
The smart man. Yeah, Arnold didn't get food poisoning. Everyone else did. Even Sharon Stone.
Yeah, the director too. He was really sick apparently.
Food poisoning is the fucking worst, man.
Mm-hmm.
I got food poisoning in Hong Kong. Oh my god.
God.
It was like the worst week of my life.
Was that when you were in the service?
Yeah. My first port of call in a foreign country, man. I was eating shit off the street everywhere. It was fucking stupid. I don't know what I was thinking. And I was
Love you a long time.
yeah, yeah, right. I was eating all kinds of shit when I was over there.
We love you a long time.
We love you a long time, okay? Yeah, this is a great moment of the movie. Because even as a viewer, you're wondering if this guy's serious. Now take the pill and put it in your mouth, you asshole.
The red pill or the blue pill?
Yeah, that mouth he's making right now, that does not, it's gone now, but that did not imply a guy really is taking that thing for real. I'm sorry. That's the whole tuck in the fucking lips thing. I'm going to study you now. I want to see if there's any signs of oh, there it is. Goodbye, doctor. I love how he looks up like Jason in part 2. I like how it lands right on his neck.
Yeah, it's great.
Kool-Aid!
Yeah. Yeah, why did they have to blast through the wall? Like they couldn't come through the fucking door? What was that all about? We have a great idea here. These 3 guys have to come through your wall.
It would have been nicer if Seagal would have taught him how to break bones.
Her wearing this like suit makes you really hate her in this movie.
Well, that's why they hired her for Basic Instinct, because the director liked how she could go from being sweet and innocent into a crazy bitch just like that.
Oh, she did good. I just watched Basic Instinct for the first time in 2018, and I gotta say, or maybe it was even 19. I feel like I only saw it in January or something, but it was good. It was really good. She was good in that.
How many times did you rewind the vagina scene?
Do you know that's supposedly the most paused scene in cinematic history?
You really
No,
don't
I'm
get to see
serious.
much.
Maybe back
serious.
then, yeah.
Yeah.
That's another great mind fuck of a movie, though, because then with an open ending that never really ties it up in a perfect little bow. Like you never really know, is she a killer or not? You know?
Right. And like they say that it was like an epidemic. Every time somebody rented the VHS tape of Basic Instinct, every time it got to her scene doing that you'd start getting all those lines across the screen.
Yeah. The tracking was all fucked up.
Yeah. So they're like, what the fuck, man?
That's
So they supposedly they had to keep on buying a new copy, like on almost a monthly or bi-monthly basis to make sure it didn't happen.
cat fight.
Yeah, J-Lo's not kicking the white chick's ass, I'll tell you that. She's losing, man. Sucks.
Pepsi and Bart.
I guess she didn't grow up in the Bronx. Consider that the divorce. Doug, what are you doing? Why would you shoot me? Because I stomped on your dick twice this movie? I'm just reaching for a gun. Damn, he let her get to the point where it was fucking point blank aiming it at him.
And he's good at shooting people in the middle of the forehead too.
2 times back-to-back forehead pops just now. I'm surprised she's not jealous.
Josh
She's like-
disappeared again.
Yeah, he's getting another beer.
His mid-movie disappearance.
She's like, "That's your wife?" Yes. Don't get jealous. Well, you just shot her in the head. I'm not really that jealous
Right?
anymore. I believe you. You don't like her. Okay. I believe you.
Kuato.
Quado wants to see you. Who's Quado? Oh, he's coming. Don't worry. He didn't see these two run away just now. They were in the same shot almost.
The
I
elevator
got
door opened too early.
I'll get them. I'm your
Oh,
Mr.
no.
Smithers nerdy sidekick. Tell me it's not Mr. Smithers, this guy. With the spiky gray hair.
Right?
He's like the real life Mr. Smithers. If they made a Simpsons like real life movie, he has the place. Well, sir.
You think they'll ever cancel that show, The Simpsons?
Oh yeah. I can't believe that they didn't want to like just stop at 30 even. Because what are they gonna do? Like stop at a weird number? They'll never go 40 years. I know that for a freaking fact. There's no way those actors will even do it.
And eventually they're going to start dying off.
Oh yeah. Miss Krabappel.
That's a depressing thought. But I was a big Simpsons fan for a long time, and then I just kind of got over it, like
Dude, everyone eventually stops because it's your whole life. Like, think about it. I started watching at 10 years old. I'm almost 40. Like, listen, now don't get me wrong. I have made an effort to watch all the new episodes for the last 3 or 4 years. But, of course, there was a time I didn't watch it from, like, I don't know, season 18 to, like, 7 or something. I probably didn't watch it.
Yeah. I've even started dropping off of Family Guy and South Park too a little bit.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of them.
Yeah.
Even Bob's Burgers, I stopped after like 3 seasons.
I could never get into that show,
Oh, I
man.
love that
Never dialed into it. It's good.
I used to love it, yeah. I liked it a lot, but I don't watch any of it anymore.
I guess McFarlane just had his top. It was like top 10 or top 20 episodes on TBS. It just aired like a couple days ago or something.
I used to watch American Dad, and all that
I never
stuff.
liked American Dad either, man. I just didn't have the same feel for me. That I liked Family Guy a lot. Like the first, I'd say like 10.
Anybody watching the Orville?
I can't do it, man.
It's fantastic. How can you
Really?
not do it? It's awesome. It's so good.
Because it just seems like such a parody of the like Next Gen that I just can't.
It is, but it's so good.
Is it? I'll give it a try. I mean, I don't like the Discovery,
Star
so
Trek and comedy. Great.
I tried to get into Discovery. I didn't like that too much, so maybe I'll give that a try.
A lot of the Star Trek guys are showing up as cameos in it and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not the older
So
ones, but
essentially, what you're saying is just it's a really well written show, even though it's kind of a spoof.
it's fantastic.
Hmm.
They got some really great characters. The robot on there sounds like Data, even though it's not Data, but it sounds like Data. Really great storylines. It's really good.
I met Brett Spiner about 5 years ago. He was super fucking cool, man. We hung out for like 20 minutes or something. There was like nobody at the Next Gen table when I was at New York Comic Con like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And he was super nice. You know, he has this like little internet series called Fresh Hell that's really funny. If you're a Brett Spiner fan, didn't really catch on, but they're like little 20-minute episodes that he financed himself, and they're pretty good actually. It's too bad that nobody picked it up.
Oh man.
Come
I killed
on.
3 tits.
She should have never drawn attention to herself.
Yeah, right. She's trying to play him off like every other Joe Schmo.
Yep.
Huge mistake.
I would just go upstairs. I don't even know why. Why would you even be in that area?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing you want to do is just become a fucking wallflower, I think, in that situation. You know?
Oh yeah. I got 2 chicks were shot in the tits just now, just like there were 2 headshots before.
Oh, there goes.
Ah. I like how
I
they
am Waylon Smithers.
have Dickel on tap at the bar. Nice.
A midget with a machine gun. You can't get any better than that.
Yeah, she just
Oh,
died
okay.
like a year or two ago.
Any other notable credits of
Uh,
hers?
Oh, yeah, I think there was like one more besides Garbage Pail Kids in this. I think. How come no one's ever facing the camera?
It's a dramatic role.
Yeah.
It's like it's very soap opera-ish, you know.
I'm just gonna let you see the back of my head until I have to say something very important. It's
Was
so
she in the My
trash.
Bloody Valentine remake, running around half naked?
This is a great scene too, man. When Arnold meets Cohagen or Quado.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh God, he's like, open your mind, open your mind.
I was kind of half waiting for his ass to get snapped by a wet towel.
Yeah, that dude's Quado. Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, gym teacher is Quado.
Oh yeah, exactly. Still
Maybe
love that
20
fucking
push-ups.
movie. We haven't done our radio hasn't done Nightmare 2 yet, so
Uh-oh.
looking forward to that one.
That should be a blast.
Hell yeah.
Guys, they just turned off our oxygen. Should we be concerned?
They're
Well-
psychics. They should know.
Yeah, they knew this. She's like, I knew this was gonna happen. Look at these guys fucking in the fetal position. And what was with that? Like the guy had a whole face still on him, that skeleton. Like with an expression and everything.
What are they? Some kind of skeleton crew? What the hell?
Yeah, when you couldn't get enough workers, you hired these guys, the skeleton crew. He's gonna make you remember when you were Hauser. All sorts of things. Like how good my pussy was. I don't need Quado for that.
Give me a lick and I'll tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Tastes like salsa.
Oh yeah, baby. Just call me Poppy. Where the fuck were these two? They were just hanging out in there the whole day.
You know, right? I'll never see it coming. Hide behind the corpse over there.
Yeah, like why was that super necessary? Like everyone else just came around. Oh, he's such a traitor. What the fuck is going on here? Wait, what's it? Oh, come on. Is that his jerk off hand?
Yeah,
It would be mine.
it's the ultimate fucking shocker right there. I bet the chicks love this guy.
A mutant, huh? Yeah, right. Well, one finger or two fingers, baby. He can't put two in the pink, one in the stink, though, or the other.
I was just gonna say
Yeah, he's
that.
missing one. One and one.
Like a bowling ball.
My vagina's starting to get really chafed. I need air. I need lube. Just try not to breathe as much. Venusville. Is that Steven Seagal in the middle?
He's seeing things. Stop drinking.
Yeah.
Hey, Quid. Come with
Just-
me if you want to live.
Just bring a towel. He's like, oh shit, man. They're gonna love this information.
Benny.
Quado is amazing looking.
That was a great creature concept.
And I love his eyeballs. Like, there's a point where he stops dreaming, and the zoom ins on Quado's eyeballs, and it's so like not real and artistic. Like you can almost see the paint strokes in his eyes, and it's just amazing. Yoquado, right?
Who was the effects guy on this?
Well, Cronenberg helped out, I heard, with like a lot.
Was it Botine? Rob Botine,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I heard Cronenberg had a lot of involvement with the mutant aspects.
Like just concept wise?
Concepts, yeah. I think Quado was Cronenberg's idea.
He likes to have shit coming out people's like midsections or
Torsos.
whatever, you know? Torsos.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. He's got slime all over him and shit.
Yeah. I'm so self-conscious about my stomach now. If I had this fucking guy coming out of it, I'd be like, holy shit, I'm never swimming again.
This is me after I eat a whole fucking pizza right here.
That's how I feel. I'm about to open my shirt. This fucking guy will come crawling out.
Now, this is a prosthetic guy as well, right? So this isn't the actor in a suit. This
No,
is like
the actor. Because, of course, look how, like, zoned out he is, and his head's always rolled back with his mouth open and shit. It's just a fucking dummy.
Yeah, big dummy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably had to get puppeteers on the other side or something.
Look at his lips, dude. It's like a little baby. It's like a Garbage Pail Kid coming out.
Yeah, it is.
Rob Botine did the special effects.
I like how his skin's all irritated around his eyes. It's not even like nice. It's all fucking flared
Well,
up.
they made the choice to zoom in on it, which probably wasn't a great idea, but
I really don't see a flaw in that. I'm telling
Yep.
you, I love this fucking guy. Quado looks great. This is Douglas Quaid's memory. So what happens is you hit the reactor, and these things come down, they heat up, and they turn the ice into steam, and the steam makes an atmosphere and the planet, and you get the blue sky. And then it rains, and there's air, and there's oxygen. It's fantastic. It's as satisfying to me as coming is, like having sex with a woman and coming. Could you imagine how much I'm in heaven? I'm coming backstage. I'm coming in front of everybody. Coming when the reactor gets set.
It's back to Howard Stern.
It's fantastic. I'm coming with my maid.
Can you imagine a fucking Arnold fucking orgasm? What would that sound like? Yeah.
I'm coming. Open wide.
Boy, look at those paint strokes. That's amazing, dude. He looks fucking great. He's like, what the fuck? Like, I used to wake this asshole up. Shit does not compute.
Come on. He likes to say that a lot.
Yeah, you might want to button up that shirt, dude. I like how they show us how Vinny just becomes privy to everything. This is gonna come back. This fucking movie, man, they just shoot anybody. They don't care. It's so weird. Like, these guards just shoot everyone.
I'm coming.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like, Josh. I'm coming.
Where did Josh go?
Beer number, I don't know, 4 or 5.
I never seen anybody disappear as much as him.
Mhm.
Only a 2-hour movie, damn it.
I'm fucking sitting right here, man. What the hell?
Yeah, dude, he's just ignoring you. Stop.
Yeah, sorry.
You just can't handle the fact. You can't handle the truth. He's ignoring you. I got 5 kids to feed. I mean 6. I mean, wait, what did I say before?
Fuck you.
Oh, shit. That's what you get for asking him where he was. Whoa.
Don't bullshit me.
Come on, don't bullshit me. Why are you wearing those green pants?
I actually kind of feel bad for Quato here.
Oh, this fucked up, man. He's like, start the reactor, free more. All of a sudden, oh shit! Even Quato is only flesh and blood.
Damn you, Michael Ironside.
He's such a dick. Oh, shut up. I wouldn't exactly run out into the streets if I were you either, pal.
You little fuck yo.
It's a face only a mother could love. He's lying. You two-faced bastard. You like Shakira too? No, just you, J-Lo. Hauser. Is this Doogie Hauser? Sorry, now I'm doing drunk talk.
I used to watch that show fucking religiously when I was a kid. Loved that show.
Hauser volunteered.
We're getting sucked into the movie.
Yeah, I know. You guys are actually watching instead of talking over it.
I know, right? Well, Josh has been disappearing every 5 minutes, so
Oh, what am I, chopped liver?
yeah. Well, you and I have been talking while he's gone. He didn't hear half the show.
He's like, that's why I listened back to these, because I wasn't there for half.
Yeah. Oh, you damn cat. The best mod fuck yet. Get out of here.
I never met a girl actually named Melina.
It's not a bad name. It rolls off the tongue. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's got to be some nerds out there that fucking name their kids Melina after this movie, I'm sure.
Melina. What was his wife's name? Never pay attention.
Bitch.
Lori?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Lori.
Lori. Lori, come on!
Lori, bitch.
I
Come
feel
on,
like you
cat.
just say any name from this movie and just add "come on" to it, and it sounds right. Finny, come on! Melina, come on! Lori, get out! Someone's shooting me in our apartment.
J-Lo, come on.
Or I'll come on you. Either way, it works. Come on, let's go.
Come on.
Come on. I love this. Oh, this is one of the greatest fucking scenes in history. When he rips this thing out of here and stabs the guy in the throat, it is amazing. And the blood fucking spurts. It is so hardcore 80s/90s action. It's like RoboCop shit.
I bet Melina's got a bush like a Brillo pad.
It's
Like
fine.
her hair.
Scrub dishes with that shit.
Leftovers.
Especially when we forgot to rinse it off the day before. Oh, yeah. Ooh, a big house? All right, let's do it. You get the fucker every night. I'm gonna make you obedient, honey.
We're having you fixed. The way a woman should be.
Would have been great if she actually spit in his face.
Yeah, that was such a fake spit. Like there are some actors and actresses who commit to that shit, and I
Yeah.
love. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Like Tim Thomerson committed to it in the movie Trancers. So guys, you got to watch that.
I've been hearing about Trancers a lot lately for some reason.
Yeah, some asshole bought a 3-disc set or something.
Dude, I've been hawking that movie for about 3-4 years now. Nobody watches it except for Jerry and Kevin.
I've seen it years ago, and it originally came out on VHS.
Oh wow.
You guys have been talking about it in the groups or something?
Well, we reviewed the trilogy. In-depth review of Trancers 1, 2, and 3. Dude,
Skeleton Crew?
No, Kill the Cast. I was on
Oh, okay, yeah,
the
yeah.
show. Yeah.
That's what it is, yeah.
Yep, it was great.
Oh, I think Watson brought it up in our Ghostbusters. That's what it was.
Okay. It's really good. You guys would both like it.
Yeah, they're good movies. They're fun.
Hmm?
They're fun.
By the way, check out our R-rated horror commentary podcast for Ghostbusters with Dave Z and Watson. That was interesting. It was a totally different dynamic. But it was fun. We had a really good time. Watson's a huge Ghostbusters fan, so
Oh wow. Oh wait, guys, wait. Sorry, hold on. Watch this blood spurt. Oh, that is so dark and hardcore, man. I love it. Now it gets better. He rams something through a guy's fucking skull, and it comes out of the top of his head. This is like the great. Oh, right here. That thing he's holding. Just keep watching this. It is fan fucking tastic. Right here. Ready? How amazing was that? 2 seconds.
that was pretty great.
Yeah, unfortunately, when they really first showed this, it got an X rating because of all the violence, so they had to cut scenes like that.
That's
They would have been more epic if they didn't have to cut it.
People are fucking pussies. I can't watch that for more than a second or two.
Can you imagine if we'd been able to get a great like string of Friday the 13th movies with the gore actually in them
Oh god.
back in the 80s and 90s? You know, it would have been amazing.
Yeah. The sad point is now we can, and they're not making the damn movies.
I know. What the hell?
Yeah. Now we could do it, right?
Yeah.
You guys have any predictions on when they'll actually sell that shit and start making some Jason flicks?
I said 2028, but I might be wrong.
Yeah.
Specifically 2028.
Yeah.
It's
We're
been
all
10
dead.
years since the last one. I mean, come on. How long does it take?
It's so stupid. They should have been making them. Dude, for as fucking big as that fucking franchise is, these idiots should have been making direct-to-video fucking movies the way Van Damme and Seagal and all these other assholes do, and Scott Adkins. They should have been doing this with this franchise at least once every 2 to 3 years for the last 10 years. Instead, they did
I'll take
nothing.
even like every 3 to 4 years. I mean,
What-
yeah, they should just do. I mean, at least we got the game, but
Yeah.
really, how hard is it to make a fucking Friday the 13th movie? I mean,
It's
come on. It's so
We don't
annoying.
ask
But I
for-
guess they're really close to getting all that legal shit settled, right? All the
I have not seen it.
appeals are starting to settle down, I think.
I haven't
this
seen
point.
a single update. Come on, see?
We could make a drinking game out of it every time he says, "Come on."
Hey, I'm down. Even though it's a work week.
As if we need an impetus to fucking drink on the show.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, you only work with electricity. Fuck it.
Yeah, it's great to have an alcoholic who's a lineman, right? It's a great combo.
I actually I shocked myself really bad one time when I was in the Navy, you know, because I was like an engineer in the Navy. So I had to pull a lot of fuses and whatnot. And one time I pulled a fuse and just barely touched the tip of it. Man, I got shocked really good.
Oh, yeah.
Good stuff. Felt really amazing.
Oh, yeah. Well,
You ever-
unfortunately, the stuff I would do would kill me.
Yeah.
So that sucks. Oh, whoa, that's good. Yeah, that really hurt me. Even if Arnold hit that line right there, it would never cease this vehicle to move in that
Yeah.
short amount of time.
Yeah.
He's always coming.
Everyone's coming in this movie. They're coming on. They're coming for you. Yeah, right. The pressure would drop and it would just stop. Bullshit.
I want to hear like an Oprah interview with the maid, you know, like and all the salacious details of like how he seduced her or how that whole thing happened.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure. Yeah, like can you imagine the opening conversation to that exact like scenario that they created for each other.
Like he's
Like-
just hanging out watching ESPN, and she's just like, you know,
sheets or something, and he's like, so you my wife's not around. Okay, yes, senor, she's not around.
yeah, I've been eyeballing you for 10 years now, and
You were hot when we first hired you.
No, 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 Mr.
No,
Schwarzenegger. No.
I look the same all the
like
time.
Consuela, Consuela.
Yeah, Consuelo.
No.
Consuelo.
Consuelo. I mean Consuelo.
No.
So listen, you're not that hot, but my wife's not around, and I don't have a bunch of hot blondes I work with anymore. I can't get the big movies like I used to, so how's the slot?
I thought I was marrying a beautiful girl, but she turned into Skeletor the older she get. The more skeleton like she look.
And I'm not
Scary.
exactly He-Man myself, so what the fuck, you know?
You ever sleep next door to a skeleton? It's not very good. Every day I roll over and I get scared. I can't open my eyes. It's like, oh, it's only you, Maria. I thought you were a skeleton. I'm sorry. Go
I
back
thought
to
you were.
sleep.
Yeah, I thought you were ruling Castle Grayskull. I'm stupid. I'm sorry.
Go back to sleep, Maria. I'm so sorry.
It's so funny that he fucked his maid, but his wife's name's Maria.
Is the only white Maria in the world. Oh my god. That kid, he's so funny looking because he looks like a Spanish Arnold.
I know, totally.
It's like that movie, The Fockers, when that one kid looked like what's his name? Ben Stiller, but it's a Spanish version.
Oh yeah.
It's exactly the same difference. You think this is the real Quaid, don't you? Ha ha ha. Now look, this is so dumb, and this bothered me for 20 years. They're shooting at each other. They should be
Yeah.
killing each other right now.
Crossfire.
Right. How are they not hitting each other? And don't give me this bullshit, oh, look at those guns are tilted down. No, they weren't tilted down when they started shooting. Ha 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 ha. Like the guy's taking his gun. I love that. He looks at his gun. Like, are there bullets in this thing?
Son of a bitch.
Now, right now, when one of them starts shooting, now they fall down. That was me. Nobody would survive this whole fiasco right here. Every turn, somebody. There's no way these two would survive this whole thing.
Were there Total Recall action figures? I don't remember that.
I think so on some level. That was pretty cool. Ha 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 ha.
That's funny.
Yeah. I wish there were two of her, man. I have a threesome.
You just have the hologram in the corner watching.
Yeah, I don't care. Whatever. Make it work. She looks so fake. No, look, they shoot each other here. That's what
Yeah,
pisses
yeah.
me off.
Yeah, that is a little bit of a snafu in the logic of this movie. One of a couple.
Like you pointed it out. So how the fuck did you miss it when it happened before? That's what. It's just weird. Oh, this is crazy. This ending, man. Now, is this as epic as his final battle in Commando with Bennett?
Yeah, right. Lift off
Bennett.
some steam.
Let off some steam, Bennett.
Bennett.
I'm not gonna shoot you between the eyes. I'm gonna shoot you between the balls.
Not today.
I'm going to keep you at arm's length.
That had to hurt.
You want to fuck me?
That looks so bad.
You wanted to fist him. That's all I can do.
Let me give you some hands.
I give you a hand job, Victor. Richter, whatever. Victor.
Victor. Take you to the blank.
Take you to the Blumpkin Bank.
I'll take you to the bank. The Blumpkin Bank, Richter. Oh, watch this. He shoots it. Watch it. Don't touch that. I like how he just happens to show up right there, man. His fucking timing of these movies is phenomenal. Yeah, they built that to blow up their own planet. That's the whole secret. And I'll be home.
Now, this is where the villain gives the whole plot. You know, classic revealing of the whole plot. Very James Bondish.
Yeah. But I gotta say, if I was a villain, I'd probably also do that. Because you have to. Like, even if you're gonna kill this guy, wouldn't you want him to know what he failed at and what you're gonna do and all that good stuff, even though he won't remember it after you blow his head off?
Yeah, just it's the fruits of your labor, you know. It's the
Yeah.
payoff at the end of everything you've been working for at this point.
Right.
You get a relish in the moment.
That was the gayest throw I've ever seen in my life, by the way.
Yeah, what is he on a softball team? What the hell?
He's in a girls' varsity June JV softball. Thank God all this lighting is here. Otherwise, we'd be holding on to jack shit.
I'm coming.
Come on! We've done this before!
Hold on. Don't be stupid.
Ooh, look at her thighs. She's hot, man.
Right? Why can't her pants fall off?
You're all about the pants falling off. Pants coming down, pants taking off, pants dropping at some points. It's all about the pants coming down.
He still fucking cares. Imagine that. This guy is dying. Like, there's no way on earth he'd survive this whole scenario. And he still doesn't want these assholes to get their air. Don't do it!
Oh, this is great. Love this.
My aunt used to never leave the house. So it was this family joke that if she ever left the house, this would happen to her.
Was she like an agoraphobic or something?
No, it was just one of those, people who just really never, they tried their best to just stay home all the time. So,
Mm-hmm.
nothing like weird or medical, but, I'd love to know why these aliens didn't trigger this thing before they all, died or whatever happened to them. Like, I don't understand what really happened here, but why didn't they just, say, okay, we built it, everything's working, okay, press it.
as great as this movie is, it's not too terribly good at explaining shit.
Not really, right?
No.
Yeah.
Maybe
is-
they got hunted by the predator and they didn't have time to do it.
Ooh, we should do that on this channel. The Predator, the most recent one.
God. Oh, that
We-
too, yeah.
We gotta do the Predator because that movie was just ridiculously stupid and retarded.
What?
So bad. Oh my god, dude, that movie was terrible.
Are you sure you're on the right show?
I actually like every single Predator movie ever made.
Yeah. Like Alex, Alex and I like everything. You don't like anything.
Thanks, Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Everything's Roadhouse.
Never too young to die. That's
Right.
his contribution to the show.
Too young to die.
Well, it would be boring if we all agreed on the same shit all the time.
Yeah.
Do you guys think we're gonna get Mecha Predator at some point? Because of the suit at the end of the Predator?
Oh yeah. Yep.
That'd actually be kind of cool, I think. Mecha Predator? Kind of like Mecha Godzilla.
Even the Predator was pretty good for as cornball as it was.
I'm telling you, all of them. Even that one with the Danny Trejo. It was all right. You know, it wasn't great. It was all right. Adrian Brody or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was definitely a lot better, I think. But
Like, I even like the Alien vs. Predators. I don't know, man. Like, I'm not hard on those movies for some reason. I even like every Alien movie too. Like,
Yeah,
I don't have a really like I don't know. I'm not like really critical of either one of those franchises for some strange reason.
they accomplished what they were supposed to, and that was entertained.
I've noticed about Alex that he always has like sort of an eccentric taste about certain franchises. Like you prefer like Sleepaway Camp 2 over the first one and stuff like that. You know, like for me, it's an obvious choice. Like the first Sleepaway Camp is like the best, but
Yeah.
Well, no,
Two is good.
For me too.
No, I do know. I do know that. I guess what I'm trying to say is like Sleepaway Camp 2 is so great that I never want to like put it out there that it's like a lesser film of any sort. So, no, I do. For the record, I do understand that Sleepaway Camp Part 1 is truly superior. I do know that. I just like, I just like to like push things I really like. So I try to like build it up sometimes. He goes back to normal.
I love those bulging eyes.
as if that wouldn't take like hours to happen, you know?
Yeah.
Kind of a Ghostbustery shot here. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, right? It's Zool. Holy shit. Blue sky. I ordered the red sky Mars.
I want a refund. I want it now.
I paid 899 goddamn credits. Look at this fucking guy. Look like Wolfman Jack.
Yeah.
You saw him? I still have this bloody neck. I don't even know what the fuck happened back then. I don't even know how he has that neck. I don't remember. We gotta focus next time.
Yeah, let's start over.
Yeah, it's just so we can focus on his neck. Did you guys ever play the Nintendo game for this movie?
No.
I don't think so. I love
Yeah.
that neat sign on the left, by the way. Great.
Yeah. You should get it for your man cave, dude.
I know. I don't know where I put it, but I'd stick it somewhere.
That's what she said.
I'll stick it somewhere.
Alex has seen my place. He knows I have zero room for anything here.
Oh, hey, there's always wall space. You can always box up some shit.
Knock down
I
a
take
wall.
some shit down, put some new shit up.
8-ball club. If there's not a pool table in there, I'm gonna be very disappointed.
That's the gay club.
Oh,
from the,
I thought it was like the drug.
universe.
It's a gay house and a coke house.
Yeah, right.
Should do an 8-ball for this episode since that sign was there. Okay, I guess we have to wrap this up. God, this flew by. I mean, everything we do flies.
Because we have a good time.
That's what it's
We have
all
a good
about.
time.
Well, what do you guys think of the ending and the whole resolution? And how he says, "Is this a dream? I don't want to. I don't want to wake up," or whatever he says. How do you feel as a movie? Like how this wraps up? I mean, you didn't know the whole movie that you were hoping these people got air. You only learned that in the last like 20 minutes. But at the same time, it really just kind of flows.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that I love this movie. It's a lot of fun. Every viewing of it's never diminished in any way. Like,
Oh.
It's very consistently good. It's a little scrambled eggs, in terms of like it's just kind of not very clear in terms of storytelling sometimes, but I think that kind of makes it fun. So I'll give this like out of 5 or out of 10 or what? I'll
Wait,
give this,
real quick. The tennis pro is Linda Howell, so it's a chick. I guess out of 5 is easy because
Okay,
that's like
I'll give this 4 banging her maids out of 5 Maria Shrivers.
Wow, this guy is hooked on this whole subplot of this guy's life. Yeah, I give it a 5 out of 5. I think this is absolutely perfect in the sense of movie-going experience. Yes, they do not expose every little minute detail, but I think that is for our benefit in a way, because you don't know everything about every situation you're in anyway. Why would he know everything? He's just going through a delusional trip. We don't even know what the fuck's happening, actually. We don't know when it started. So, in the sense of his perspective and the package he paid for, I don't think he would have he wouldn't be able to infiltrate every layer of what's happening. So, in that ride we're supposed to be taking, I'm okay with it. And I give it a 5. This is one of my favorite Arnold movies ever.
Yeah. I don't think we've done a movie yet that you haven't rated a 5.
Yeah, like kind of kills my rating.
But yeah, I agree with you. This movie's great. It's been a long time since I watched it, and like you said, we all got quiet at certain points because we were all watching the movie, even though we've all seen it, a bunch of times. It still hooks you. The effects are still pretty good for the most part. There's a couple of scenes here and there where it's not that great, but it's a 5 for me.
It's like one of those movies you say, "Hey, do you want to watch Total Recall?" And like your friend's like, "Fuck yeah, let's watch Total Recall." It's a good time.
Yeah,
It's a great fucking movie.
It's great. So yeah, I'm gonna go with you and give it a 5 as well. I think it's fantastic and it's just a lot of fun.
Woo!
All right, so there we go.
Do we have a teaser for the next commentary?
So the next one we're gonna do is
Is it Josh's pick?
yeah, we're gonna do. What do you want us to do, Josh?
Sometimes we die young or something?
Well, we were talking
Simmons
about
is a
maybe doing
transvestite.
that a more obscure movie, which was called Never Too Young to Die, which has got Stamos and fucking Gene Simmons in it. But I think we might hold on to that one for a little bit later and do another big hit. We were talking about maybe doing a RoboCop or
Yeah.
I got some other ideas. We're gonna do another Juggernaut, I think, and keep the Juggernauts common for a little bit. Keep the Juggernauts common.
Let's
Sing
get
in
more than
action.
4 viewers.
But yeah, no, we'll have a good one.
We just caught that up for
Yeah,
viewers.
let's get more than 4 viewers. Let's get you some more juggernauts. Oh, by the way, that I just read something that said play the Nintendo game from Acclaim on here. So this shit was already rolling before this movie even fucking got printed.
I'm sure they had that shit in the works before. I
Yep.
mean, it's a money. And back in those days, that was the new action figure.
Yep.
Getting it out in the video game Nintendo format or whatever. So makes sense.
Hmm.
All right, so do we want to pimp our other shows or nah?
Yeah, of course.
All right,
He said Gordon,
go
yeah.
ahead.
Especially since Horophilia is not up online right now, so that's a really good idea. But
Actually, it's starting to slowly climb back up.
Yep.
So
yeah, I really hope that Jason was able to work that out, and I know he's been working really hard on that, so I give him props for that. But we're all on that network. My show's called R-Rated Horror Commentary Podcast. It's just like this, except it's all horror movies and stuff. You guys have all been on here before, or on my show. Alex has been on there a bunch of times. Snoo's been on there a bunch of times, and it's basically just we watch horror movies and have a good time and make jokes and yuck it up and all that good shit. And occasionally we have a good interview or two. I'm doing a great interview tomorrow night, which will be amazing. And so yeah, if you haven't yet, go over to R-Rated Horror Commentary Podcast on YouTube and subscribe. We're on iTunes, Spotify, and I think Stitcher as well. And check it out. Subscribe. It's fun.
Yeah. My big show right now is the Married with Children podcast. That's the TV show from the 80s, 90s about Al Bundy and Hot Kelly Bundy and all that stuff. No Ma'am, Nudie Bar, all that good stuff. We're going through every single episode, dissecting the crap out of it. Mostly just having a good time, not being too pretentious or weird about it. And then I do check out backlog catalogs of the Skeleton Crew Horror Podcast and Banana Laser Horror Podcast. Tons of fun on both those shows. Don't want to miss all that. It's not new anymore, but it's just new to you if you never heard it. And I guess this is the only other show I do. So yeah, that's all for me.
All right, and I do the NFW podcast also on the Horrophilia Network. And it's not horror, okay? Where we do any kind of movie we want other than horror movies, because we were stuck in the horror movie mode for a while. But now we're doing this, so this makes up for it too.
Only like 300 episodes of horror.
Right.
That's all.
And still haven't even touched some really good ones. So
yeah. Let me just say that NFW is great because you guys find selections of movies for horror that are like really obscure, and I mean, you guys have done all the great mainstream stuff, but you find these little selections of horror that are really fun to discover along with you with the commentaries and stuff. And you usually post the video commentaries on archive.org, or there's a whole treasure trove of video commentaries on horrorphilly.com. So that's definitely worth checking out for sure.
Well, thank you, sir. You did a better job of promoting my show than I did. All right, guys, we hope you enjoyed it, and we'll be back soon with whatever we decide to do, since we haven't really figured it out yet. But we hope you liked the show. Let us know. Look us up in the Facebook group, because we didn't mention that, of course. So join us there, the Hard to Kill Facebook group. Archive, of course. We're going to put the video shows up there, and check us out on the Revival House, where you'll be hearing this anyway. But yeah, so join our groups. Let us know what you think. If you want to request something, maybe we'll do a request on the line. And we've had a few people ask to be on the show with us already. So you never know. We might have some guest hosts down the line. We'll figure it out as we go along. We're just trying to get the flow of this thing going. This is only our 4th show now. So anyway, we hope you enjoy it, and let us know, and we'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.
Later.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?